Ooh, welcome, man. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Wrangler. Ooh, what year? I don't know. I didn't. It's so hard to climb into. I didn't get to make out the year, but it don't matter. What was the miles on this? 105,000 miles. Simple stuff, guys. Yes, even your boy, I love indulging in simple. Okay, it starts. I think turn signal and door locks or something like that. Shut up, Bell. All right. Left turn signal. Working. That usually indicate the bulbs is good when it break at light at a normal speed like that. Do the right side. That's at a normal speed. So exactly what are they referring to? Spoke too soon. And look at that, guys. Right front turn signal. Oh man, that is neat. Y'all see that? Man, we ain't gonna need mechanics before long. The cluster will tell you what's wrong with it. See, that's blinking fast. That usually indicate a bulb is out. And look how sophisticated car computers have become. This is the cluster, guys. So it's obviously monitoring bulbs and brake light circuits. Okay, right front turn signal lamp out. It's as simple as that. So in order to fix that, one need to check and replace the bulb if it's failed. Fairly easy, right? Yes, easy. All right, now guys, again, that because it's blinking fast signal, there's an open circuit in one of the bulbs. Now, you on the other hand, had you not seen this, you will have to do a little diagnosing. Basically a little visual inspection. I mean, you can look out there and see which bulb is not blinking and come to the conclusion that that bulb is at fault. All right? Yes, guys, it's pretty, cars are. They only gonna need mechanics before long, guys. It just, whatever wrong with your car, it's just gonna light up here. You already get the warning like check engine lights. Well, you still gonna have to diagnose that. And, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself because fault codes are pretty, they can be, just the name of the fault code is not exactly what's wrong with your car, guys. I speak about that a lot. Now, what is the other problem? Door locks. Okay. All right, let me do this. Okay, I just looked in the back. They all working. Okay, everybody is working. Except this baby. Now I can manually lock and unlock. Yes. I hear and visually see every door lock actuating except the driver's door lock is not actuating. Now guys, there is I want to say a lock actuator attached. Sometimes they built on the latch. Sometimes it's just a lock actuator. I don't know this stuff by heart. So what we got to do is remove the door panel, guys. We got to go in there and find out. All right. But you can assume before doing anything that the lock actuator out. So if you need more time, I mean, like say here, we get an hour diagnostic anyway. I'm going to use my hour diagnostic to remove this easy door panel. At least it look easy. And I'm going to get in there and get a visual. If I got 12 volts going to that lock actuator when I do this and I got ground going to it, it's simple. The lock actuator has failed. All right, let's go inside the shop, guys, and perform this diagnostic. All right, y'all ready? Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, man. I will be right back. Alrighty, guys. From the look of this, guys, I don't see a lock actuator per se controlling this. So I'm assuming this actuation is performed by the complete latch assembly, guys. Yes, so we got to get in there. My problem is going to be with the latch Okay, in some cases it's hard to explain to a customer that a latch, door latch, is causing their door locks not to work. But it depends on what feeds the door locks, okay? The actuation, what's controlling the actuation. See this right here? So yeah, this cable is leading straight to this latch, guys. So we got to get in here, we got to get this whole panel off. First we're going to have to remove the window motor. It's fairly easy, guys. Just 3 10mm bolts. Now I'm not thinking we have to remove this whole panel, we just need to gain access to this. All right, hold tight, stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Guys, this is a latch assembly. This is what controls. I was just confirmed, and I just wrote up the estimate, and he just sold it. So he wants this fixed as soon as possible. All right, so what I have here is a latch assembly that just happens to include the door lock actuator for this particular door. Okay, so you're gonna have one on each door likely. All right, here we go, our new part, okay, that we're gonna install. Now, well, let's go over this for a second. Yes, fairly easy, guys, up to a standpoint where you may, now, I really don't like filming this part because I'm just gonna bend in here and let's go over this right quick. All right, as you can see how this was set like this compared to the old one. These two rod connection here is likely is for one for the key and one for the door handle. When you pull this, that rod will transfer that movement to one of these, and these other two is likely for, yeah, you guessed it, the handle to open the door and the lock actuator. So that's likely what these two are for. So now it's just a matter of getting it out of here, guys. As you can see, there are 3 what is that, T30 maybe? Yes, I think that's T30. So once we get these out, guys, it's a matter of fishing. All right. Ooh, y'all hear that? It's y'all hear that? All right, I gotta go over here, guys. It's getting fancy over here. Stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, we're back. Now I'm getting ready to replace this, right? I already got the 3 screws off, but guys, I'm gonna show you guys the right way. Okay, so we're gonna have to remove this. All right, now what you do is take the window all the way down. If you have to install the motor back into the regulator, just go ahead and do that. Set it in there, plug it in, actuate the motor so it will go all the way to the bottom, simply because you want to disconnect the glass from the regulator. So once the window is all the way at the bottom, these 2 access holes right here, there are tabs holding that window on there. So what we need to do is just push these tabs in so it will release. Okay, now it's going to be a terrible view from a camera angle, but yeah, so right there, you see how I pushed that in? So I'm gonna need both of my hands to get it out, but I'm just showing you guys how to get it out. Just push that in and lift up on the glass, and it will release from the regulator. That way you can remove this whole thing and make your life pretty much easy as far as getting this out. All right, so I need both of my hands, guys. Y'all hold tight. Alrighty, guys, see, I now have the window off of the regulator. All right, just simply by pushing in these tabs right here. Okay, so now let's complete this job. All right, guys, so once I got the window regulator off, or the window glass off the regulator, I'm able to hold my window up with my tool here. Now I was able to remove this, guys. Okay, I can just get this out of my way. I unhooked the linkages from the lever mechanism themselves, and now it's just a matter of this one last bolt that I had to get out of here. Little 10mm sitting in here that will release this whole ordeal, and from there you can just bring all of this out like such. This is the long way, guys. I'm only doing it this way to show you guys how to properly do it. Okay, from here you can transfer your new latch assembly to this mechanism here. And guys, remember all your hookups, okay? Don't forget your hookups. All right, so that's about it, guys. I have nothing. And the installation is merely a reversal of the removal process. All right, so again, this latch assembly has the responsibility to unlock and lock the doors. Okay, so in essence, the latch actuator is built inside, or the lock actuator is built inside the latch assembly. Okay, guys, that's all I have, man. Hope y'all got something out of this. If you did, thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Ask any questions you may have, and I will do my best to get to them, guys. All right, let me get all this back together and complete this job. Thanks for watching.